Good day, and welcome to the Super Good Camping Podcast. This is the live stream edition on remote location at the Hamilton Adventure Expo. This is day 2 in Ancaster, and today's guest, this moment's guest, I guess, is Mike from Friends of Temagami. How are you doing, man?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming over and having a yak with our audience. Wow, it's so you'll probably do a more succinct version. What exactly is the Friends of Temagami?
Friends of Temagami is a nonprofit organization. We started in 1995. It's to kind of help protect a lot of the old growth forests still remaining. A lot of different advocacy work as well, maintaining, protecting portages, campsites, and canoe routes that the MNR don't have on their value system, and we know that are out there, and we hope that they do include them. And then we also do the ecotourism part, which is travel around with our Friends of Temagami booth and promote coming up to Temagami and having a great time and help them plan the route and choosing the right route for them.
That is way more succinct than I would have done. So having talked to the Grand Poobah, Mike, briefly before, you guys are busy, like a lot.
Yeah.
Just in there's so much area to cover. There's only so many hands. There's only, I suppose, there's probably only so much budget for the things that you need to do. How do you just decide where it's like, okay, well, this is in the worst shape, so we need to fix up, or this is going to be coming into the worst shape if we don't go deal with this now? How do you task those things? How do you make those, rank them?
Yeah, we've over the last couple of years, we've had started up the trail maintenance program,
Right.
And so we have we're 100% volunteer driven organization, and so we had a couple of guys start taking it over, and they've been doing a great job now for many years. And they'll go into the areas that aren't used as much, but people still love them. And so, like the Solace Wildlands, places like that, kind of in the Pine Torch area and things like that, that need a lot of work. And so they've cleared the whole area around the Pine Torch and Yorston Creek and everything like that. And we've heard from other canoeists saying that, yeah, it is pretty tough. And so now we've pretty much completed that whole area with trail maintenance, campsite, and installing thunder boxes that we build ourselves. And and then in
So just a quick, how long does it take to build a thunderbox?
well, a weekend to do about 20 some odd.
Jeepers.
Yeah.
That's banging them off. Okay, go.
Yeah.
Go. Continue on.
Yeah. And so then this past summer, we had 2 maintenance trips in the summer. So usually that's a spring one that happens there with the Yorston area and everything like that. So we started doing summer ones, and it was widely received. People love the warmer weather than spring because it can snow and things like that.
Yep.
So we went up into a bit of the Muskego Wildlands area, which had some old rotted out boardwalk area and that, spikes sticking up and all that. So we kind of went in that area and prepped that. We actually went in March. We had 3 guys in March snowmobile in from Obabica Lake over to Camp Potato, pick up the thunder boxes, and then snowmobile them up there, drop them off, so that way there you don't have to portage them, break your backs and stuff like that.
That's an excellent idea.
Yeah, so they did that area. They're going to do some more in that area this summer as well. And then this March, they're going in to drop off thunder boxes over in Gull Lake, probably about 5 of them. And then there will be the spring maintenance going down there this year.
Oh, seriously, that's brilliant. While you've got, like, it's almost like a road, right?
Yes.
As opposed to paddling the stuff. Yeah. Oh, man. Whoever, I know you're volunteers, but whoever came up with that idea gets a raise.
Yeah. For sure, it's not me, though.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing, you're doing, trail maintenance, thunder boxes, probably signage, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Through the
Yeah,
summer
portage
months?
signs. Yeah, there's portage signs that go up on all the trips, and then camp signs, and then also for the privy signs as well, the thunder boxes. So we kind of do that. Back in the day, Temagami never had any sort of portage signs or
Yeah, I
anything like
heard.
that.
Yeah.
A lot of people still love that idea, but parks, once they started building the provincial parks out there, conservation reserves, they started doing a lot of that. So we're just kind of continuing that as well, making it easy for novice all the way up to experienced people as well. So
All right. So, other than lugging thunderboxes in the winter, is there other activities that happen, or do you guys like take a break?
um, we started taking over recently this ceremony that happens in September. That one of our board directors is 77 years old, native elder from Temagami First Nation. His name is Alex Mathias. He lives on his ancestral trapper lands up on Obabaka with his daughter and son-in-law, and he has a I think it's going on close to 30 years now that he has a changing the season ceremony in September. So it kind of
Right.
commemorates changing from the summer equinox into the fall, and it's open to everybody. And now Friends of Temagami is kind of invested in that as well, and so we provide a fish fry for that. So that little event, it's open to anybody and everybody. It's a $20 donation to Alex and all that. We have a ceremony site that's 2 kilometers from Alex's place. People can camp at Alex's or on a designated site. We have he has a native elder from Bear Island that comes over and talks about whatever he wants to talk about. And then we have a feather ceremony, we have a tobacco ceremony, and smudge ceremony. And then we have a big potluck lunch. There's a big table that sits there all year. We have a great lunch. And then you can do a guided hike up in the oak growth forest or a self-guided hike. And then you go back to Alex's for entertainment around the campfire and people playing guitars and stuff like that. So Friends of Temagami is part of that. Yeah, just a few little gatherings. Our AGM every October. It's really well received and things like that. And making everybody else aware of what's going on. We started the newsletter this past year, and that's been more engaging with our members as well, so that they're informed of what's going on. Otherwise, they had no idea what was going on. So, yeah, everything's looking up. So
That's excellent.
yeah.
I'm glad. Being that you're in Temagami, I assume you do some tripping of your own.
Tripping. I'm from Hamilton, so it's our backyard playground. So,
All right.
yeah.
Cool. Do you have any favorite places in the park or do you just do everything?
I do a bit of everything. Yeah, I've the last couple of years I've kind of gotten out of canoeing just temporarily, just working on my health kind of thing and dealing with a few issues. But that's why we're here, is to point them people in the right direction. So, but yeah, it's labor of love. And it's always exciting to go up and try a new route. That's one of my favorite things, is trying a new route that I haven't been on, that I'm pointing to people to go do. So
Go do that.
yeah,
I'm going to try it too.
yeah. Come back, tell me, and I'll see whether it's
Give us
worthy
some
of me.
feedback. That's
Yeah.
excellent. Oh, well, I'm glad. And how do you, just a curiosity, how do you feel? I mean, you keep volunteering, so you must feel you're doing a good job. Is it, how fulfilling is it to be part of it?
It's very fulfilling. We're the area is just gorgeous. There's so many great features in that area, and to help promote that, like the highest peak in Ontario is there. The peaks on either side of them are in the top 5 as well. We've got some white quartz. We got lots of different old mining things that are there, relics in the woods from the logging days. I know it sounds kind of weird that we're not fighting with the logging people. We're trying to work with them, but seeing the old relics is amazing.
Yes.
And what they used to do back then compared to nowadays type of work in that. And but yeah, it's fulfilling that we're bringing it back to what it used to be. There was a fella, Craig McDonald, who did the Ojibwe map. He spent about 28 years with the Temagami First Nation elders back in what many years ago to kind of learn the oral history before it was lost. And so the big complaint was is that once they kind of came off their ancestral lands and had to go to the Bear Island Reserve, everything, like all them roots were intact. And then Craig said, "My God, they're getting lost now. You know, they're getting overgrown, not used in that." So that's why we're here as well, to try and keep that Muskogee, the ancient trails going. And so yeah, it's very fulfilling, and to have people go up there, and it's a world class park.
I tripped it last year for the first time with some other gentlemen, and honestly, as far as a group trip, best one I've ever had.
Oh, great.
It was awesome.
Great
It
to
was
hear, yeah.
spectacular.
So,
With the amount of work that you guys have to do, at the risk of sounding like a complete moron, is it open to like people signing up to do volunteering with you guys? Can you take on more folks?
yes, definitely. We have our newsletter out right here that we hand out to people, and it talks about a bunch of our different events. So they can join us on maintenance trips. You just got to be a member in good standing. You come out on the maintenance trips. The Thunderbox build, anybody wants to do that, they can come down and do that. We're going to be doing that in April up in Bob Cajun. And yeah, we're always looking for people to help out on the board with not only board issues, but just to kind of keep the organization functioning, like, you know, some IT work and social media work and stuff. So yeah,
Okay, cool.
it's great.
Where can they? Do you know what the webpage address is?
Yep, friendsoftemagami.org. And you go there, and it goes to our president, and then he delegates it from there where it needs to. Anybody wants to reach out, please feel free. And yeah, we'd love to have you aboard and help out.
Very cool, and like a great cause. It's a beautiful park. Again, my one experience so far in person was this past October, and it was amazing. It totally blew me away.
Great.
I'm so glad we did it, and I see more in my future. All right, Mike, thank you so much for joining
Thanks
us.
very much. Appreciate it, Tim.
Thanks for having a great chat, dude.
Thanks. Take care.